Hi friends, good morning. I am D. Kishore, lecturer in physics from Government Degree College for Women, Siddipet. Okay, today I am going to discuss about electrostatics introduction. Okay, so first we have to know what is electrostatics. So it consists electrostatics means it consists of two words. That is, one electro means charge, and statics means at rest. So that means that a charge which has at rest. So simply you can say that electrostatics is a branch of physics which deals with the charges which are at rest. Okay. So next here we have to know what is charge. Okay. So before going to discuss, we have to know the concept of charge. Concept of charge. So according to electron theory, every particle, every object consists of a atom. So that atom, in that atom, the central portion is called as nucleus. Atom and central portion is called nucleus. So in this nucleus, we know that in this nucleus, suppose it is a nucleus. So we know that it contains protons and neutrons. So here we have to know what is proton and what is neutron and its mass and charges as well. What is proton? Proton, you know that so it is a positive particle, and the mass of the proton will be 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg, and its charge is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So here coming to neutron. So neutron is a chargeless particle, and its mass is same as to proton. So that is 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. So in this the electrons will revolve around the nucleus, around the nucleus in different orbits. So here we know that electron. So electron is negative in nature. So that is negative particle, and its mass is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, and its charge is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 90 coulomb. So here we have to know every particle or every substance will be in the stable because it has equal number of protons. That means equal number of positive and equal number of negative ions. For suppose sodium. Suppose sodium, it has atomic number 11. So if this sodium will be, so in this the sodium will be loss of one electron, and it will be changed into sodium ion. And suppose chlorine, so it will be gain one electron and it will be changed to Cl minus ion. Why? Because of only for the sake of stable. So when it was changed to Na plus or Cl minus, it will have the properties of inert gases. So that means it has stable in nature. So here, so this is called as a positive in nature, and this is called negative in nature. Okay. So next to here we have to know electric field. Okay, electric field. So first the Greek philosopher Thales explained the different types of charges, that is positive charges and negative charges. When amber is rubbed with a wool, so it acquires some different property that will attract some piece of papers. So that means then the Thales explained about the positive and negative charges. Here next we have to know about the electric field. So electric field. So what is meant by electric field? So a charge or a group of charges. A charge or group of charges. Wait. Okay. Next we have to know about electric field. So electric field means the region the region surrounded by a charge or a group of charges in which another charge gets experienced a force is called electric field. For example, consider a charge. Okay, suppose consider Q is a charge. Suppose so here Q1 and Q2 is another charges which have different magnitudes. Suppose this charge has a positive, suppose this is negative charge. Let us suppose this is positive and charge, this is negative charge. Next you see here, so this we have some force between these two charges, either attractive, either repulsive. Suppose this is positive charge, then there will be which type force means the equal charges. We know that equal charges always repulsive or repel each other. So here we have repulsive force. And next to suppose this is negative charge and this is positive charge, and also we know that unlike poles always attract each other. Okay, so unlike poles attract each other. So here that's why we are saying the electric field means a region surrounded by a charge or group of charges in which another charge get experienced a force. So here the force will be either attractive or repulsive, so any force. Okay, next to intensity of electric field. So intensity of electric field will be indicated with E. So here what is intensity of electric field means a unit positive charge get experienced a force is called as intensity of electric field. Okay, a unit positive charge experienced a force is called as intensity of electric field. So here intensity of electric field will be, it is a vector quantity because it has some direction. So we are indicated with vector bar or arrow mark. Okay, so here force. So this force will be either attractive or repulsive force. So Q naught is the magnitude of charge. So next to here the units of this intensity of electric field will be, the force will be in the Newton and charge will be in the Coulomb. So simply we can write Newton for Coulomb or Newton Coulomb inverse. Okay. Next we are going to discuss about Coulomb's law. Okay, so according to Coulomb's law, so just now we discussed about the attractive force and repulsive force. So here, so the force is common for charges. So here, suppose I am taking two charges, Q1, Q2. Suppose Q1, Q2 are the two charges. Suppose if these charges are same in magnitude, that is both in positive, then there will be repulsive force. Then will be act as repulsive force. Suppose these charges are magnitude in different charges. Suppose this is a negative and this is positive, and there will be attractive force because you know that different charges will be attract each other, and like poles always repulsive each other. Okay, suppose here either attractive force, either attractive force or repulsive force. So force is common here. So for this, the Coulomb given a Coulomb law by using of this concept. Okay, so according to Coulomb, so the magnitude of force of attraction or force of repulsion is directly proportional to the magnitude of product of these two charges. According to the first law of Coulomb, we can define like the force of attraction or force of repulsion is directly proportional to the product of these two charges. Okay, so first here we are considering that the two charges are separated with a finite distance smaller, and a force will be acting between these two charges. So the force will be either attractive, either repulsive. So force is common. So that's why here first law is the force of attraction or repulsion will directly proportional to the product of magnitude of these two charges. And according to second Coulomb's law, we can define like the force of attraction or repulsion, that is F, is inversely proportional to the square of its distance. Okay, so according to these two law, we can write F proportional to, from equation 1 and 2, we can write from 1 and 2, we can write F proportional to Q1 Q2 by R square. So okay, so we are taking the proportional constant, that's why we have to write one constant. So that I am writing K, so that is Q1 Q2 by R square. So here K is the proportionally constant, that value will be equal to the 1 by 4 pi epsilon. So here we have to know one thing, that this K value depends upon the medium which are separated, which are placed the charges. Here first we are considering these two charges are separated with some distance r and placed in a vacuum or air. So that's why I am writing this constant. Suppose here epsilon naught means that is air or free space permittivity. The permittivity of air or free space. Okay, this value will be equal to the 8.85 into 10 power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square, and this value equal to the 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Okay, this constant value will be equal to this. Okay, so suppose we are using another medium. So that is another medium means air, except air, like paper or glass or water. We are using, suppose, that medium. So that this formula will be changed. I am writing. See, first I am writing. This is the formula only for air or free space. The two charges which are separated with air or free space. So other than this, I am writing same.
Start.
Or F equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon Q1 Q2 by R square. So we have to remember mainly these two formulas. Okay, so once you see here,
Start.
okay, so we have to remember these two formulas. So here see, so this is the formula for the two charges which are placed in air or free space, and this is the formula for these two charges separated some distance r and placed at other media. So other media like glass, water, paper. Okay, so we have to remember these two formulas. And here K means K is called as dielectric constant. That is called as dielectric constant. So it will be depend upon the medium which are taking other than air or free space. Okay, you have to remember these two formulas.